Morning, well, it's Hippy Trev here. Beautiful day up here in paradise, so why am I in the bus? Well, I'm in the bus because I decided I'm going to do another model. Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it. I've only got 4 of those bulk buy kits I've got left, and well, actually I've only got 3 of the bulk buy kits I've got left, and one that Frank sent me, so I've actually only got 4 of the smaller car models left to go. I've still got the Dex HQ Monaro, which is scaring the shit out of me. And I've also got the 1/8 scale Honda 754 cop bike, which is also a bit of a nerve-wracking one because it's so big. I've decided I'm going to start the 66 Malibu. I've already opened the box, and this actually, it's a Revell kit. I'm pretty sure the paperwork said in there it's a 2014 kit, and actually it's not a bad looking kit. So, let's have a look what we got. So we've got our body and bonnet, our glass, and we've actually got headlights and I think tail lights in there, which I can colour, which will be good. Not an overly big parts tree. Some full-on decals. What's the chance of getting them on in one piece and looking good? I really am struggling with my decals lately. And not a great deal of chrome. And actually it has a total of, one thing I like about the Revell destruction seats is they give you the part number and what the part number actually is. You just have to look at your parts list. It'll tell you what the part number is and exactly what that part, it'll tell you what the part number is and exactly what that part is. So Revell are really good like that with their destructions. Very clear on what each part and where the part numbers are. And their assembly instructions aren't too bad either. So we have a total of, this kit has a total of 75 parts. So not what we'd call an overly big kit. But what I did notice on this one, it has separate gearbox in 2 pieces, has separate engine in 2 pieces, and also has a separate bell housing, which is actually chrome. So I'm going to funk up the motor on this one, as I do. You know, I always like to funk up my motor colours, and the colour I'm planning on painting that, I don't think anyone's going to like, but I saw it in the went and saw Kimmy in the hardware yesterday, and I thought, oh wow, I love the look of that paint. I'm just going to grab it. It's so far I've done 2 models in this colour. It looks okay. I've already done 2 models in this colour, but this is more like a fluoro of that colour, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't really care. I'm going to funk this one up. So it's going to have a really funky outer colour, hopefully, see how it goes. And then I have no idea on interior, and I'm going to funk the motor out as much as I can with some really bright fluoro colours. So, in other words, I'll get back to you a bit later. So, bye. Right, well, it's a little bit later on. So, I've got a few pieces painted there, and I don't know if you can actually tell, but there are quite a few bright pieces on the deck. So, anyway, where I'm at to at the moment is, got my engine blocks, come over here. Engine blocks painted, a little bit of highlighted parts. They come attached to the motor. Epoxy little fan, a little bit of something. Some more motor parts. Like I said, separate little gearbox. So I did say I was going to funk it right up a bit, the motor. There's the extractors. And this doesn't show up on camera, but look at that. I'm not even sure I want to put decal on that. Like, the camera doesn't show it up, but my God, that is just so bright. That is so bright, I'm going to have to wear shades. Seriously. Oop. I love that. Normally when I do a colour like this extreme, I don't normally reveal it till the end, but I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll just do it now anyway. And I've gone for a lime green underneath. My colours are crazy. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and highlight the petrol tank, maybe try and highlight a few little pieces on there with my chrome pens and that, but at the moment, like I said, with my eyesight being the way it is, I'm doing everything under the magnifying glass, and I just hope my hand isn't that shaky that I make a mess of it. I'll just try and take it slow. Same as the firewall. I'm going to try and highlight just a few things on the firewall. So anyway, well, that's where we're at. A lot of paint on so far. There's not many parts left in the kit, and I'm going to start assembling the motor very shortly. But yeah, how's that? Woohoo! Hot dog. That is fucking hot dog, I tell you. That is so bright. It's dazzling. Righto, well, my next stage is, like I said, I'm going to get in and start. I'm going to. Yeah. I'm going to get in and start assembling my motor parts. Here they all are. Here, motor, gearbox. A few odd little things the way they've done them, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And I've actually got a chrome bell housing to go on, so that's amazing. So I'll show you when that's all done, and then it's basically working on the interior. I have no idea what colour I'm going to do the interior at this stage. It'll probably be something crazy and funky. I've got two choices of seats. So I can have them seats, or I can have the more racing seats. I try and paint like the ribs and stuff in them, but my painting really does let me down. I've seen some really cool people how they paint. I think a lot of people use airbrush. I don't. I just use paint brushes and pens to try and do the contours in the seats. I'm going to have a really good go at it, and if the worst comes to worst, I just paint it all one colour. Just to, you know, like if I fuck it up that bad, I just paint it all one colour. So I haven't decided what colour to do the interior yet. I mean, fuck me. What do you put inside a bright orange car for interior that has a lime green underhand? Now, I haven't painted the inside of the tub because I don't know what colour to do it. That's the outside of the tub, so you paint the bottom because that is exposed and shown under the car. A lot of times I forget to actually paint that part of it, and you put it together like, oh, fuck, I should have painted that bit. So, haven't worked out what colours to do the interior of the car yet. So, anyway, this one's rolling on really, really good. Yeah, it's quite a good kit for a Revel. It's actually, this Revel kit's quite a good kit, and like I said, I think it's 2014, and this is way before we get into the 2020s where the kit's just turned to absolute shit. So, anyway, well, I'll catch you later when I've got a bit more done. So, later, bye. Anyway, well, it's the next day. I got a little bit done yesterday, and it's the next morning, and I'll show you where I'm at. So, got the bottom on, got the tub in. This was the weirdest front end section I've ever done on a car model, ever. This actually, how do I explain it? These two sides here actually hook into the motor, and you've got some pins up front that you push into the firewall. That is the weirdest front end I've ever seen on a model build so far. But going really, really well together. Still got a few more things to do. That's the diff setup. Got to put this in later. There we go. Yeah, I just put the diff and the rear springs in. That's done. I've just got to glue it into position. Then it's the nose cone and a few bits. Rear bumpers on. So we're getting a fair way through it. Actually, I better glue that into position before. Now I've got them in. There we go, just put the diff in, not a lot to it. So I went for a purple interior. It's very dark in there, doesn't really matter. Wasn't a lot of stuff to do in there, a couple of seats, front and back seat to paint, dash, steering wheel, that's about it. I'm just hoping the front bonnet end goes on pretty good because that's actually all looking a little bit crooked. Like I said, this is the weirdest front end setup I've ever had to put on a model so far. But anyway, it's going together really good. I'm loving the fluoro orange. I'm absolutely loving this fluoro orange colour. I can't even fucking say it. And yes, I do my trippy underneath and I do my motor. So anyway, well, not much more to go on this one, and like I said, I'm not really sure I'm even going to put decals all over it. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to put decals all over it. I'm kind of liking it without the decals, but we'll see how we go. But I'll at least put some number plates on it. So anyway, well, I'll catch you a bit later when I've got some more done. So later, bye. Rightio, worlds, it's done. It's finished. The what are we? A 66 Malibu SS. It is done. I'll do a walk around. She's all done, all put together, all done. All right, let's take you off the stand. And there we go. That's let's call that street level. Rightio, let's call that. Rightio, there we go. Let's call this a street level view. So I'm loving the sunburnt orange. Or actually, it's a fluoro orange. It's not sunburnt orange. It's fluoro orange. I can't even speak. Now, I've left the bonnet scoop off because I like the idea of the them all sitting up through the top of the bonnet. Underneath didn't turn out too bad. I didn't bother painting the whole fuel tank, but I did put some highlights in and highlighted a few little nuts and bolts under there, and that was about it. They wanted to clip the exhaust pipes in here on these, but if you have a look underneath, when I hooked them onto those, these didn't even come close, so I just glued them there and thought, well, that looks just as good, if not better anyway. Now, these are some of the decals. Well, these are some of the decals I could have used. I could have used this blue one here. I did try and use this red one here. I put that on the car and it just looked terrible. So I've used the bare minimum of decals. We've got a decal there. We've got one on the back there, which probably, is it still there? Yep, okay, we've got one on the back there you probably can't see. One on the front grille, and that's actually moved. I have to glue that back into position. There's one on the front grille there, number plates on, and that's about it. I left 90% of the decals off. Like I said, I put this big orange one on, and it just looked absolutely terrible on the car. And I even held the like the blue up next to it and thought, nah, none of that belongs on there. So hang on, I'll just put you back in the tripod. So there we are, worlds. If I had painted all my parts right from the word go in one hit, and then just sat down and built this model, I probably could have built this within within a day. But I paint as I go, so I had to paint a few more things yesterday. So by the time I let the paint dry, I thought, well, you know what, there wasn't that much to do this morning. I'll just finish it off this morning. So there we are, purple interior, nothing fantastic. I'm loving the fluoro orange, as I said, and I've just got a little bit there to fix on that grille. I might just slap a little bit of glue in there now and see if I can bring that up. I think that only dropped after I put the bonnet. You have a bonnet hinge down the bottom there, so I just hold that in. Yeah, that bonnet hinge is causing a bit of the problem there. Not quite in the right spot, so that's put that front grille out a little bit. There we go. There we are. That's much better. I'll probably have to push that up into position a few times, but anyway, yep, there it's dropped out. So I'm just going to have to hold that into position for about 4 or 5 minutes, just till the glue takes up a little bit and doesn't sort of keep popping out. Nearly there. No, still dropping. Yeah, it's not liking it very much. Right, I'm just going to sit there and hold that for a few minutes and put that into position, and then we're done. And I'm just looking, looks like that. And it looks like my SS sticker has gone slightly sideways on the grill as well. So while I'm holding that in position, I'm going to try and move that across if I can. Nope, there it goes. All right, I destroyed that sticker. Never mind. Rightio, it's only been a couple of minutes and that's now holding in position. That's what you got to do sometimes. Just go back, put a little bit more glue on there and just hold it in position. Just let the glue take up a bit and then you should be right. So, there we are. It looks a lot different to the box cover. So, it looks a lot different to the cover of the box. So, that's their 66 Malibu. That's my 66 Malibu. This was actually a pretty good kit. So this was a 2014 kit, which is obviously better than the later 20 model kits. Good amount of parts and some solid parts, but still when it came to the engine, I've never seen an engine and sidewalls go in a model like that. And also they were just like the engine, they all thought it was there, the starter motor was already on, and there was a few things already, like the sump was already on there and a few other things. But I did like having to put the gearbox together, and the gearbox, the bell housing and the main part of the motor were actually all separate. I still had tunnel rams to put on separately and carbies and that, which was really good. So overall, look, this is a pretty good kit. I'm sure other people would do a much better job than me putting this together, and they'd probably do a much better job with their colours. But like I said, I really love fluoro colours. I like things nice and bright. So there we go. So rightio worlds, 66 Malibu, finished and done. I've got 3 small car kits left in the box. I've I've knocked them off. I've still got the Honda 754 cop bike, which is a 1/8 scale, and I've still got the HQ 4-door Monaro that Dex sent me. So I'm down to 5 models in total left to do. So anyway, worlds, I'm pretty happy with this build. I just wanted something yesterday to knock over pretty quick. I thought I could do it in a day, but it took a bit more than a day, but that's only because I didn't just sit down and paint everything first. Skill level wise, yeah, look, 10, 12-year-old kid to put this together pretty quick in a day if they don't want to paint anything. If you didn't want to paint this, you could have together. If you didn't want to do any painting, you just want to throw it together all white and a few decals on, you could have this kit together in about 4 or 5 hours. It's pretty easy going. So, but other than that, look, yeah, a good quality kit. For what it is, especially after all the other shitty kits that I've built, like the Chevelle and a few other ones. This one didn't turn out to be too bad. So being a 2014 kit, obviously not as bad as the later model kits, but on the way to losing a lot of their parts, but certainly on the way to losing a lot of their parts, and also the quality of the build of the parts. Like I said, things are already installed, starter motors, oil filters already installed, and that was a very strange way of putting the front end together. So anyway, last viewing, my 66 Malibu, all done. It definitely looks like it's missing something under the front there, but there's nothing else to go under there. That's it. So, rightio, worlds, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later. Bye.